is a really adorable couple that they're married in real life, if you haven't guessed by now. Kurt and Lorraine Crosser. Am I pronouncing it right, Lorraine? Crosser. Not Crosner, Crosser. And they're doing a fabulous scene, which is it's a story of a very unique love affair of a couple that meet the same time next year. So give them a round of applause, Kurt and Lorraine. Same time next year.
Hello, friend.
My love, she speaks like silence, without ideals of violence. Doesn't have to tell me that she's faithful, yet she's true like ice, like fire. Come speak of the future. My love, she speaks softly. She knows there's no success like failure, and that failure is no success at all. Hey, look at you.
Hey, what do you say? You want to get it on? You didn't understand the question?
Well, I understood the question well enough, but it's a damn strange way to start a conversation.
Well, I thought it'd be a nice little icebreaker. Besides, you must be horny after your long flight.
I didn't fly, drove.
From Connecticut?
No, from LA. We moved to Beverly Hills about 6 months ago.
Why? How come?
A lot of reasons. You know, I got tired of standing knee-deep in the snow, scraping the ice off my windshield with a credit card. Besides, there's a lot of people out here with money. They don't know what to do with it.
And you tell them.
That's right. I'm a financial advisor.
And how's it going?
Not bad. Can't complain.
Well, because you look kind of shitty. You all right? Sure?
Yeah. And by the way, when did you start dressing like a hippie? You look like a refugee from Sunset Strip.
I've gone back to school, Berkeley.
School? Why?
You mean, what do I want to do when I grow up?
Well, you gotta admit, it's a bit odd being a schoolgirl at your age.
Well, it's not easy being the only one in class with clear skin.
So, what made you decide to do that?
Well, it was a dinner party that made me decide. Harry's boss invited us for dinner, and I just freaked.
How come?
Well, you know, I just haven't been used to being around adults or kids under the age of 5.
Yeah.
I didn't know if I was capable of carrying on a conversation. Well, anyway, we went, and I was seated right next to the boss.
Yeah.
Well, I surprised myself. He talked, then I talked, you know, like a real conversation. And then everything was cool until he started looking at me in this weird way. I looked down and noticed and realized the whole time I'd been talking to him, I was cutting his meat for him. That's when I realized I needed to get out of the house.
Okay. But why school?
I felt restless and undirected. I thought school might give me some answers.
What sort of answers?
Like where it's really at.
Oh, brother.
What's the matter?
That expression.
Okay, to find out who the hell I am.
Okay, so you think you're going to find those kind of answers in a classroom?
Well, there's the protests and demonstrations, you know, those are learning experiences in themselves.
Oh, so you're a protester now.
Yeah, we're protesting the war. Haven't you read about it in the newspapers?
These protests aren't going to stop any war.
Well, do you have a better suggestion?
Look, I didn't come here to discuss politics.
Well, so far you've turned down sex, and now politics. Care to try religion?
I think I'll try a Valium.
George, what is bugging you?
Bugging me? I'll tell you what's bugging me. There's riots in the streets. There's a Harvard professor who's telling my kids the only way to happiness is a bunch of drugged up zombies. And my teenage boy's hair is so long from the back, he looks like Yvonne DiCarlo.
Well, that's right, honey. Let it all hang out.
Oh, letting it all hang out. My teenage daughter, she's letting it all hang out so much I'm surprised she hasn't been arrested for indecent exposure.
It's a sign of age, George.
What if?
Worrying about the declining morality of the youth. Besides, as I recall, you weren't exactly a monk about that sort of thing in your younger days.
Well, that was different. It wasn't just like a one-night stand.
It's been 15 one-night stands.
No, it has not. It's been a relationship. By God, I helped you deliver your baby, remember?
Remember, I consider it our finest hour.
How is she?
Oh, she's very healthy, very noisy, and very spoiled.
Well, what's it like having to leave her at home while you go out to school?
Well, Harry's home a lot. The insurance business hasn't been so good lately.
What does he think about all this self-realization?
Well, when I told him I wanted to go out and find myself and get some identity, he said, "You want identity? Go build a bridge. Go invent penicillin. Just get the hell off my back."
Yeah, he always did have a good head on his shoulders, that Harry.
George, that was supposed to be the bad story about it.
Oh,
How's Helen?
she's fine. This is fine.
Well, maybe you can tell me a really rotten story about her.
It's not like you.
Well, I kind of think we need something to get us together. Maybe a bad story about Helen will make you appreciate me.
Okay. Well, you know how she has this funny sense of humor.
By funny, you mean peculiar?
Right. Well, anyway, so I got this new client, very proper, very old money. And we were supposed to go out and have drinks with him, get acquainted and so forth. So, yeah, we got through the cocktails okay. It was a little awkward, but where I made my mistake is instead of going out the front door to go home, I walked into the closet. Now, that wasn't the worst of it. The worst of it was I stayed in the closet.
You stayed in the closet?
Yeah, I wasn't sure anybody had seen me go in, so, I thought, I'll hang out for a little bit, maybe go away. Well, I misjudged the situation, because when I came back out, they were all three staring at me. And even that, I could have pulled it off, except for what Helen did.
Well, what did Helen do?
She peed on their carpet. Well, not right away. I mean, first she was laughing so hard she was crying, and then she was holding her insides. And the next thing you know, she's peeing all over their expensive Persian carpet. Hey, I got a question for you. Are you wearing a bra? See.